Hello and welcome to the Dirt Path Podcast. In this intro episode, I'm going to be going over what is the Dirt Path and what is this podcast? Who is this podcast really for? And who am I as your host? All right, so what is the Dirt Path? Well, in life, we have a huge arrangement of paths. We all walk different paths. And there isn't really a general right or wrong path. There might just be a better path for you, and maybe that changes over time. Maybe it takes time to find your true path. But in the spectrum of paths, on one end, you have what I call the highway. You probably know it. Maybe you're on it because most people are, right? There's lots of traffic on the highway. There's lights illuminating your path. There are signs telling you where to go, although you kind of seemingly already know where this path leads. There's lots of rules, and it seems that a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people on the highway are just kind of droning along, following the person in front of them. On the very other end of the spectrum is what I call the dirt path. When you're on the dirt path, there aren't any lights. There's not any signs telling you where to go. A lot of times you're second guessing if you're even on a path and you have no idea where this path will lead. You just have a feeling that this is the path for you. And so this podcast is going to be interviewing what I call trailblazers of the dirt path, people that are doing things differently in life. Maybe that's with their lifestyle. Like myself, I'm a digital nomad. I've been traveling around the world for the last 4.5 years while working online. Or maybe it's people with their career, right? An entrepreneur creating something out of nothing. But in this podcast, we're going to be interviewing those people, long form episodes, talking about their origin story, how they got there, what they're up to, and a few practical tips along the way, as well as, what are their hardships? What are the points that they felt like potentially turning around and all of that. So who is this podcast for? Well, there's kind of three people that I think about that would really enjoy this podcast. And the first is what I call the Dirt Path Curious. Maybe you're on that highway that we talked about before. Maybe literally right now as you're driving into work. Maybe you're working at kind of an unaligned job, or your lifestyle just isn't what you want out of it. And you're curious about the dirt path, but it seems scary. It seems like this huge risk, and you aren't sure how to take that first step and exit the highway. And what this podcast is going to be doing for you is illuminating the dirt path, making it less scary and hopefully a lot easier to take those first steps. All right. The second type of person would be the dirt path wanderer, the fellow wanderers out there, right? Because when you're on the dirt path, like I said, sometimes you just have no idea where you're going or if you're going the right way. And this podcast is going to re-inspire you. It's going to motivate you to keep going, right? Hearing to other people that have been on a similar path or also doing things differently is just going to help you along the way. And finally is those dirt path trailblazers I mentioned. It's just really inspiring talking to these people. And so maybe you want continued motivation and inspiration and just want to hear about other cool people. All right. And last, who am I as your host? Well, my name is Grayson Harris, and I was on the highway most of my life until that 4.5 year ago mark when I convinced a company in a very traditional industry to let me start working around the world online as a digital nomad while I was an electrical engineer. And so that was really the first entry onto the dirt path for me. The second company gave me my second big opportunity and my second turn in the dirt path when they let me create a whole new position in the company focused on remote work, changing how we work to make it better for the setup of being able to work remotely and being distributed all over. And that position went from engineering to HR. So a huge change and a big change in my dirt path. And very recently, most recently, only a few months ago, that same company gave me my third opportunity. They informed me that that very same dream job I just talked about was going to be eliminated. Now, don't worry. Like I said, this is an opportunity because at the very beginning, there was a lot of things I wanted to accomplish with that role. And no, I definitely did not get able to accomplish everything I wanted to, but they decided to end the role because I did bring a few different things to the company that they were now able to automate and pass on to other people. And that was the right decision for them. And so they gave me, after that, two options. The first was to return to engineering. And while I liked engineering, I always knew it wasn't my end-all be-all. And so I decided to take the second path that they offered me, to leave the company and to go off on my own to start a new venture of my own. And so that's what I would consider my third big turn on the dirt path and where I am now. You know, I'm still working on figuring out exactly what I want to do, what I want to create. I do have a few ideas, but the first thing I knew I wanted to do is start a podcast. I've been an avid podcast listener for many, many years. I've been interested in creating my own for the last few years, but I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to bring to this world until this opportunity. Because I've been very blessed while traveling to meet a lot of other people that I would consider on the dirt path. And I always am really, really inspired after talking to them. And so just myself, I'm really interested in interviewing these people and talking to these people to get more ideas for myself, right, of what I want to do. But also in doing that, I really hope to, illuminate a path for you of potential dirt path you could take to inspire you, to motivate you, and just to showcase some really, really cool people out there. So what I would say is find one of the episodes with a trailblazer or a dirt path that most interests you and follow along, walk with us along the dirt path. I'll see you there.
Saw the exit sign flash by, a whisper in the breeze said take a chance, don't wonder why, just follow where it leads. Oh, the dirt path, it ain't easy, no map to guide the way. Slow and hard, sometimes uneasy, you stumble through the clay. No signs to tell you where you're bound, no traffic to obey. But every step on broken ground builds something great someday.